Hello, and welcome to the third episode of the HappyBitch Podcast. This episode is the year of self-love. I sat down at the beginning of the year and I was just really thinking, what do I want more out of life? Like, I have a decent job, I have a good fiance, I have decent, I felt like something was still missing a little bit. And then I realized I need to love myself more. I need to love myself more than I love anybody else. That sounds bad, but you do have to love yourself more than you love anybody else because you are with yourself for the rest of your life. There's a lot of other reasons why loving yourself is important. I just can't think of any right now, so if you know any, pop them in the comments. It just makes you happier, I believe, too. Just loving yourself, truly and honestly. The year of self-love. We're going to talk a little bit about mental health. We have a new segment today, and that's how I would like to start off the show. So this segment, I would like to call it Karen or Nah. So basically, I am gonna tell you a story, and then you need to tell me if I was a Karen and what you would do in this situation, because I'm genuinely curious. Let me just tell you. So please comment on the YouTube or on today's post of the Instagram HappyBitch Podcast what your opinion is. Whether I was a Karen in this moment or whether I was just doing the right thing. So I was at a fairly well-known sandwich shop. If you're in Canada or the US, you probably know this place. I'm not going to mention it because it is one of my favorite sandwich shops. And I'm not trying to throw shade at them by any means because they can't control what every single worker does at every single moment, obviously. But, so I'm at the sandwich shop and I order my sandwich and they put it in the toaster, panini press, whatever. And then she's going to add some more vegetables afterwards. So she puts it into the toaster, panini press thing, and she goes and grabs the tablet. So probably so she could do like an online order or something like that, which, I mean, you're working really hard, you're trying to get all the orders filled, like A+, awesome worker, no shade. Now, the only downfall is she had her gloves on when she grabbed the tablet. And then she went to grab my sandwich with those gloves that she just touched the tablet with. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't sanitize my tablet every day. Maybe that's part of their protocol, but I stepped in and I said, "Excuse me, ma'am. Can I just please ask you to change your gloves before you grab my sandwich?" And I said, "I'm sorry, I feel bad doing this, but it's for safety reasons, it's for sanitary reasons, right? You don't know if someone picked their nose or their ass and then touched that tablet. Anything could be dirty, especially in the COVID days." Well, actually, I would have mentioned this before COVID days. But especially now, everyone should be very aware and well of germs and everything else. So, what do you think? Was I a Karen or was I just doing the right thing? Because I've spoken to a few people and I know 2 people for sure that would have not said anything. And I have spoken with 2 people for sure who would have definitely said something. So I'm like, it's 50-50. What do you guys think? Let me know. Just curious. Oh, and I've recently found out that my Auntie Carolyn is a supporter of the pod. So just wanted to give a shout out to Auntie Carolyn. Hope you're having a great day. Love you so much. back to my year of self-love. I thought I would like to like break it down into like different sections as to fully attack it head on. Mentally, I'm going to be focusing on relationships with my family and friends. The reason that's like one of my main things is I obviously I'm happy when I'm with my family and friends, and I do feel like that's what life is really about. It's just about having good relationships, having fun, drinking coffee, talking, drinking wine, talking, going for hikes, all that kind of stuff. So there was actually a Harvard study where they studied 100 people for, I believe it was, excuse me, better out than in. I am not ashamed of burping. No judgment. Okay, anyway, so they studied, Harvard University studied 100 people for their whole lives. And the number one factor in determining their life's happiness was the quality of their relationships in their lives. Which, I mean, really makes sense because we're social creatures. And I mean, good news isn't even really that exciting unless you have someone to share it with. So, always remember to take time for your relationships as well as your goals and your work and your fitness and everything else. You have to stay balanced. But don't forget about the relationships. They're very, very important. And we need them in our lives. And apparently, that's what makes you happiest. So, I don't know about you, but I kind of trust Harvard, so. Okay, how I'm going to take care of my physical well-being is like taking baths, being outside, working out. I've really been working out a lot lately, and it just keeps me level. Like, if I don't work out, I feel like a little more stressed, a little more easily frustrated. But when I do work out, it's like I'm so tired from working out and just like so zen that nothing can really piss me off that much. So if you don't want to be a bitch, get your fucking cardio in. Sorry about that. So I like to do either 30 or 60 minutes on the elliptical. I also have just recently started boxing with like big fluffy boxing gloves and like a punching bag. You get out so much anger. You start sweating like super fast. Like 35 seconds in and I'm already sweating. I love pretending that I'm defending myself against an attacker or that like someone in my family is being attacked. And then I just like go crazy on the punching bag. I also love weightlifting. Weightlifting is going to help you get your body more shredded and toned. Cardio is good for like your heart and helping you lose fat, but lifting weights is really, it makes your muscles work for you as well. So I would highly suggest if you want to get into working out or like if you're trying to have a self-love year too, find the ways that working out that you like. And then slowly incorporate other things. Don't just start by, oh, well, I'm going to do an hour of this, 2 hours of this, 5 hours of this. Give yourself time to adjust or else you're going to be dead tired. Because I even eased into my workout routine and I was still so tired. I also love doing yoga, but I must admit I haven't been doing it that often. Someone once asked me, like, oh, do you do yoga? And I'm like, probably like 12 times a year. Like, does that even count? But I mean, it's better than nothing, right? Another way that I'm just treating myself better, loving myself, is eating healthier. I've been trying to meal plan. My mom growing up always talked about like a whole food diet. And it's exactly what it sounds like. You just buy the individual, like, whole foods at the grocery store and make everything yourself. So instead of buying, like, a pasta sauce, you would just make your own pasta sauce. Sorry. Excuse me. I just ate lunch. So I had rice and canned tomatoes on top. Does anybody else eat this? Let me know. Because I grew up on this shit. So it'd be like tomatoes on top of rice or tomatoes on top of macaroni. It was like my grandma used to make it all the time, and like I fucking love it still. But yeah, so I'm trying to eat a more whole food diet where you just buy the individual foods, cook it all up yourself, then you're not getting all that added sugar, processed fat, whatever the fuck they put in food to keep it preserved for so damn long. So I'm also trying to eat more salads and less processed food. I'm also trying to watch my fat intake. I've never really tried to watch my fat intake before, so like if I notice any good results, I'll definitely let you know. I have been working out and trying to eat healthier for about 3 weeks now, and I think I'm down about 8 to 10 pounds. Which, like, I'm pretty proud of, because the only other time I've really had, like, successful weight loss is, like, when I got up to 165 pounds, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm so chubby now. Like, mind you, I'm 5 foot nothing. So, like, 165 pounds, like, I was voluptuous, to say the least. I definitely feel a lot better now. But I'm just, yeah, I want to feel healthy. I want to feel strong. I want to feel sexy. I want my clothes to fit properly. I'm not saying that I'm, like, huge or anything, but I'm just saying that I want to feel better about my body. So that's why I'm working towards it. No shame on anybody else's game. Just what I'm doing with my life. Oh, trying to watch dairy intake, but I will never give up cheese. I fucking love cheese. Cheese is the best thing maybe ever invented. Like, if you had to give up sex for the rest of your life, or cheese for the rest of your life, I would definitely have to make a pros and cons list. Because they're both good. You know what I mean? You can't choose between two great things. So, one of my favorite recipes lately is the TikTok pasta. I'm sure you guys have all seen it. It is the chunk of feta in the middle, with tomatoes all around it, olive oil, all the different sauces, like basil, oregano. I like to put mushrooms in mine, and then you bake it for like probably like 30 minutes, and then you crush up all the tomatoes. I use a potato masher to like really make it get nice and like mixed in. Oh, my mouth's like watering thinking about this. You can tell I love this sauce. So yeah, then you mash up the tomatoes, you mix in the cheese. I like to bake it for another like 15 minutes after that. And it's really just like all blended together, and it's so delicious. It's fairly healthy. And like, it's not super expensive. My new favorite breakfast is overnight oats. So it's just overnight oats in the jar. Put some goji berries in there. Put some blueberries. Maybe raspberries. I like to put hemp hearts. Mulled chia seeds. And coconut milk. Almond milk. Coconut milk. Almond milk is what I add, and then and steel cut oats, and then you put it in a glass jar overnight. Grab it in the morning. It's super easy, like it's ready to go because it's in a mason jar, and it's fantastic. It's healthy, it's filling, It's nutritious. It's a great way to start the day. So I would definitely suggest that. I mean, it's definitely better for you than grabbing like an Egg McMuffin or some sort of breakfast sandwich on the way to work or wherever you have to go. If you don't plan ahead, you're going to end up eating shit. That's what I've noticed with myself. Sadly, on the food note, I am having to stay away from fish due to the documentary Seaspiracy on Netflix. It's super sad, but like dolphins and seals are getting caught in nets and dying when they're trying to catch the fish. It's like called byproduct or something. And these like dolphins and seals, they get caught in the nets. And by the time the fisher people are able to get them back into the water, like they're already dead. It's really sad. So like I'm trying not to eat that much fish anymore because like I don't want to be part of the problem in killing dolphins and seals. Because seals are like the dogs of the ocean and they're so cute. Oh, yeah. I don't want any seals to die. Obviously, I don't think anyone does. But the next thing, emotionally, I would like to start counseling just to make sure that like I deal with all my bullshit before I have kids. Because I've heard that like if you don't deal with your stresses, your anything that could be bugging you from your past or, you know, just anything, right? It's better to go to counseling, get it all out on the table, and then you're like a healthy, healed person, and then it's going to be good a time to have a baby, and you'll just be the best mother that you possibly can be. My next thing is just like get rid of the bullshit in your life. Whether it's old clothes, clutter and junk, and even relationships that are just no longer serving you. I love how I'm like preaching to you guys, but I'm really just like preaching to myself too. Like, don't take bullshit from anybody. If, you know, every time you see this certain person, you're leaving and you're feeling upset and just not good and it's not a good time for you, why do you keep going back? Only do things in life that make you happy. That might not always be true, but whenever possible, only do things that make you happy, that fill up your cup, that take care of you and make you feel like, yes, this is why we live. This is the life I want. Yeah, so get rid of the bullshit, cut the fat. You don't need it in your life. My next thing is, this weekend we went on a girls' trip. Oh my God, we went on a trip. It was so fun. Like I haven't gone anywhere since March of 2019. I think. March of 2019. I'm pretty sure that was the last time I went somewhere. But we just went about 2 hours away from where we live. It was my auntie's birthday. There was 5 of us. We got hotel rooms and we went to a spa. And there was a beach across from the hotel. And it's just gorgeous, cute, little quaint town. Had so much good times with family, hanging out. We had cake and we played games and we had some drinks and we went swimming at the spa and we had a freaking sit-down dinner. I hadn't had a sit-down dinner in so long. And I got to have some wine at a restaurant, which, if you know me, that's like one of my favorite things to do, is just go out for a nice meal, have a nice glass of wine, have some laughs, talk about things. It was fantastic. I After we checked out, I got a massage, and it was amazing. I hadn't had a massage in a really long time. It was, I couldn't be happier about how the weekend went. It was a great time, and then we drove home on Sunday. I had a really chill Sunday evening. My mom came over and made me my birthday supper. I don't know why I forgot what birthday supper was. But yeah, she brought me my birthday supper, so it was sweet and sour meatballs and Greek salad. I know it's a weird combination, but it's two of my favorite foods. So that was nice to actually have a home-cooked meal. So, like, I had all the good food this weekend, and I'm really happy about it. I think that's pretty much it for this podcast. I'm hoping to do a video chat with my sister this afternoon because we haven't talked in a little while. So hopefully be able to do that. And also, it's like plus 30 right now, so I'm going to go sit outside with the dogs, and I hope you all have a great day. Get out there and live. Be happy, not a bitch. Okay, bye.